Hey geeks and gamers, welcome. It is winter time. It's been a few months since my last video, but I was inspired today and I need to get back on track creating more RPG content for your virtual tabletop needs. This of course is another free map giveaway, as the title suggests. Links are available below for the direct download, but hopefully you can watch this video and learn how to implement this map in particular into your Roll20 setup. I hope you enjoy. This of course is the Dungeon Geek. So today's map was inspired this morning by a video. It's relatively new, as of the 11th of December 2018, by Jim Murphy, the DM. Just fame and glory and anyway, so this map was part of his Monster Mambo, and he created it using dungeon tiles there in his 3D space there, his video. Feel free to watch that, link below. But I wanted to create a version of this for my use in my virtual tabletops, and I figured, what the hell, I might as well give it away for free. So here it is, and here's how you set it up in Roll20. I'm going to go ahead and assume that every one of you has seen the Jim Murphy video on the Medusa Lair for his Monster Mambo and understands how this dungeon basically functions. It is just one long shifting wall that basically can split the party. It's a trap. The first thing you're going to want to do when you want to implement this is open up your Roll20 and make sure that you've got all 4 files downloaded, and they should all be together. It should be 2 map layers, a secret pit trap file, and a secret door file. Those 2 files on PNGs, the other 2 are the map layers are JPEGs. And so the map document will say what the dimensions are on the file. So in this case, both maps are 40 by 28, which is good because we're going to be stacking these on top of the map layer in Roll20. So here's how you do that. First thing you're going to want to do is open up your page toolbar, drop it down, hit create new page, and then go to one of your new pages and make sure that the dimensions on the page size match the dimensions of the file. So again, they're 40 by 28. You can leave the scale the same, you can leave the grid on, you can mess with the fog of war and dynamic lighting all you want. We're not going to cover that though here in this video. Once you hit OK, you can go over to this new blank map page, and then make sure that you get your map background layers selected here on the toolbar in the top left. Go grab your files, and then go ahead and just drag and drop map layer A down onto the document. It's going to take a second to upload, and then once it's uploaded, then you can make sure that you can resize it to fit the dimensions. And because we're on the map layer and because the grid's turned on, it's going to snap relatively easily into place. And so just snap it into the top left corner, and then drag it down, and then just let that snap into the bottom corner, and there is your first layer. Now, once the first layer is in place, what you're going to want to do is you're going to want to go open up your files again and grab the second layer B and then drop that right on top. Again, it's going to download. You can resize it, snap to the top left, pull, and drag down. Now, come the time that you're going to want to switch layers here and have the transition in the dungeon take place, whatever layer is on top you can activate by clicking, as long as you have the map layer selected. And then if you right click when it's like highlighted, you'll see an option saying to front to back. You can drop that front layer behind the other layer, and then boom, your dungeon changes. Again, you can continue to do that back and forth. So as the trap changes states and the wall moves, you've got your 2 layers here. Now you're going to want to hide some bad guys here because there's going to be some bad guys in this lower area and in the top area, so you're going to want to make sure you got your tokens in order. But for token management, again, we're not going to cover that in this video. That is simply just how to install these 2 map layers here. The next thing that I would suggest is to go into your GM overlay and then grab your other 2 files. And this is the secret pit trap and the secret door. And we're just going to pop these down onto the map one at a time. And the secret door. And let's go back in here. So as you can see, they're transparent because they are currently on a GM layer that the players cannot see. So let's go back to our map layer here, and we're going to fiddle with the first state, which is the raised northern corridor state. Make sure we go back to our GM layer. Let's drag this down to this area here, because this is where that secret door resides, here on this wall right here. And we're just going to scale that down. Once it gets to the correct dimensions, you're going to want to right click it and then go to advanced and make sure you change it to is drawing. This is going to allow it to be moved a little bit easier around your board. In order to see this better, you may want to right click it and then drop it to the token layer. And this is going to allow you to see it with a little bit more clarity to make sure that you get it in the right space. And so essentially this piece here goes just this. And so that door opens up if the players are able to figure out where the secret passage is. So again, you can swap that back to the GM layer, and that can just hang out there all the time until they discover it or a monster comes through it. So then moving back, we're going to scroll up and we're going to find our trapdoor. Where did it go? There it is. All right, back to our GM layer. And this trapdoor is right in front of the Medusa's lair. Now, the tricky thing about this is that this trapdoor actually moves when the corridor slides. It doesn't have to. I would presume that you can have the trap function however you want. For our purposes here, we're just going to have it be static. So once the corridor is shifted, the trap is no longer active. We want to change it to is drawing and wrangle it in place. It up a little bit. Slightly smaller than this door. We can put it about there. Give the ping. Right. Resize it to where you like it. And then again, that can then go back to your GM layer on the opacity, where the players can't see it. And if they step in front of that door, shit, they've fallen in a pit. And then, yeah, hilarity ensues. All right, so that's basically it. Now it's time to fill this thing with monsters and mess with dynamic lighting. Again, if you want more detail on how this whole map functions, watch the Jem Murphy video, and hope you enjoy these assets. Share them with other DMs if you've got people in need of virtual tabletop maps. And as always, visit thedungeongeek.wordpress.com in order to find all of these free assets. Hopefully I'm going to be putting out more and more of this stuff as the year goes on. Until next time, happy gaming to everyone. And if I don't see you before, then have a wonderful holiday and new year.